Hello everyone, welcome back. So in our today video we are going to see how we can configure custom domain in our Azure Active Directory. So as part of this learning session we have covered all the above topics like user groups, external identities, administrative units, everything we have covered. So I have uploaded all the videos in our channel. You can go ahead and watch if you wanted to learn any of the above listed features provided by Microsoft Azure. So in this video we're going to see custom domain names. In the last video we had discussed about Azure AD Connect. There we discussed about Cloud Sync and AD Sync, right? What is the difference between that and which is preferable for what kind of environment? So we have discussed about this different cloud sync provided by Microsoft. So in this today's video we're going to see how we can use this custom domain names. So this custom domain names this custom domain names we can add our domain. Let's say if you are owning an organization, you should have purchased one domain, right? Let's say for Amazon, owning Amazon company, they own the domain amazon.com. So whenever their user any user is joining to their company, they will create the account with amazon.com. So the same way it is applicable for any company, whether it is a ABC organization or any organization. They will be holding this a domain, public domain. So that public domain only they will be using to identify their organization, and whenever they are sending a email to their customers or their partners, they have to identify this is comes from the particular organization. So that is the reason usually the company owns the domain, so that domain represent the company, right? Let's say there is a ABC organization, they own the domain from GoDaddy, or there are a lot of domain provider is there in the market. You can check in the online also, but one of the famous is GoDaddy. Let's say that organization, ABC organization, has purchased a domain or already holding a domain with the name of abc.org. Okay, so since they hold that domain abc.org, they can leverage that domain, and they can add that domain in their Azure portal, and they can provide that particular domain extension as a username for their users. This is a Microsoft provided domain name. This is a primary domain which is provided by Microsoft, right? But you can use this, but it is it's not that much transparent. I mean, not transparent, I would say, but it is not identifiable by your customer. So if you are adding, let's say for abc dot organization, and someone is sending email from this Azure Office 365 services. Let's say for his name is John at the rate of abc dot organization. Then the partners and customer will understood that okay, it is comes from ABC organization. So this is a basic need. So once they add the custom domain, they can use the extension of the domain in their username and their email address, right? So let's say for that, first we have to come to custom domain names. Then there is an option on the top. Click on the add custom domain. There you have to provide the custom domain what you owned. Okay, so it is not just you can add and you can go ahead and create the email, not like that. So you see there are people, they just enter the other organization domain also, other organization owned domain. Let's say in this case I'm entering microsoft.com. Okay, I can able to add it, but I have to verify it, right? If I'm not owning that, I can't verify it, right? So this is a security protection. So once you added the particular domain, this Microsoft Azure ask you to add these values in the domain DNS record. So To configure this custom domain, you should be having access to this tenant. You should be as a global admin, as well as you should be having access to the domain, the public domain you purchased, right? That portal also you should be having the permission to create a txt record, right? So once, if you are creating this page and if you are really owning that microsoft.com domain, right, you have to go to the domain service provider who whom they you purchased this particular domain. Then there you have to go ahead and add this txt record. So once you added this txt record, then you can click and verify. Okay, in our case we are not going to do it because we are not owning the microsoft.com, so we don't have the permission to control microsoft.com dns records. We don't know what is the credential to be used to log into the domain service provider of microsoft.com, right? So we cannot log in. So this is the one of the security thing they have provided to make sure it is not to be misused. Other this custom domain feature should not be misused with other company or other individual or other organization owned domains. So if I click verify, if there is a really domain, and it will communicate to the domain and it will verify whether this txt record there on the domain or not. In our case it is failed. You can see could not find the dns record for this domain, right? So and once we added this txt in the domain, it's clearly mentioned that it may take 72 hours up to. So if you are really owning a proper domain and you have added these things and still you are or getting this error, means wait. Okay, so in this case we can't verify, and let me close this. See, after I added microsoft.com, it is showing me unverified. So after 72 hours, once you added your txt record in your public dns records entry, then after 72 hours you can come and verify it here. The maximum time is 72 hours. Sometime it will take instantly also. You can come here and click and verify it. Okay, and if you think you wanted to remove it, let's say this domain is I'm going to decommission, or I'm not going to use this domain after some time, you can simply come here and you can delete it. But before you deleting it, you have to ensure there is no user account and there is no groups and there is no application associated with that domain. Otherwise it will create an issue. You cannot able to delete it. Even if you able to delete it, whatever the wherever this domain is used, those attributes will be removed from the user or groups or application. Then there are some functionality may not work properly. So before you are decommissioning this custom domain, you have to remove that attributes. Wherever you use the domain name, you have to first remove from all these stuffs, then you can come here and delete it. Okay, in our case we are good. We don't own microsoft.com and we don't created any user account or mail address or groups with which is ending at microsoft.com. So whatever the user account we are created, that is ending with at the rate of m6g7 dot on microsoft.com, right? So once we added this custom domain, whenever we are creating the new account, we will be having an option. I will show you where we will be exactly seeing that option here. See, if I drop down, I can able to see another name, that is whatever the domain you own. You can click that domain and the name will be something like that. It will show. So instead of john at the rate of m6g7 dot on microsoft.com, once you added the custom domain, you can click the custom domain. Then based on the custom domain, it will change this username like john at the rate of abc.org. So the same you can be used for email also, based on the license you acquired with Microsoft Azure or Office 365 service. Thank you guys. If you have any question on this video, please do let me know, and see you guys. Bye.